pose. And then carefully come up to your hands and knees and melt your belly down. So we're gonna do a little bit of back extension work before we start the meat of the class. So your feet are hip width apart. Kind of spiral your pinky toes so that they're also touching the mat. Hands can be a little lower than the shoulders. Contract your abdominals, so you probably just felt your glutes fire up and your thighs fire up. From here, lift your hands up off the mat and then take them directly out to the sides to a T today, to a T. And then bring them in and then reach them out. It's in, it's out. Contract your abdominals. We have 4 more. 3, are your pinky toes still on the floor? 2, I say that because mine fell off. Hold the in, now you're gonna reach up over your head like Superman and then pull down. Now you should feel maybe a little bit of your lower back, but this should be more mid-back, thoracic spine. And it's not a killer. It's not like it's gonna be burning or killing or really straining you. We're just getting the muscles activated. 2 more. Now we're gonna do 1 of each. You're gonna reach your hands to a T, pull it in, reach over your head. Press the tops of the feet into the floor, contract your abdominals off the floor, yeah. 1 more on each side, or each direction, excuse me. Hands underneath the shoulders, press on up. 1 breath in your child's pose, just 1 breath. Nice. Pressing up to hands and knees. Foundation those hands, curl the toes under, exhale, downward dog. Inhale, your heels nice and high. Soften the knees, just take a walk forward to the top of your mat, feet hip width apart. Reach for your weights. I gotta wipe my sweat. And roll all the way up. All right, team, you guys ready? You got your little baby weights? They're optional, by the way. All right, so your feet are hip width apart. We're gonna use imagine those being a track, like a railroad track. Step your right foot back for me into a 90-90 lunge. So that means the back knee, whoop, is underneath the hip. Back knee underneath the hip, nice. We are gonna do that so as stretch. So take that right hand up, punch the sky, and exhale over to your left. Now while you're doing this, can you hug your front heel back and try to energetically drag your back toes forward? Right back to center. We're just doing this 1 time. Nice. Step forward with that right foot. Now step back with the left foot. Set up your lunge, front knee over ankle, back knee or hip. Inhale that right arm to the sky. Now reach up. Find that expansion from ribs to hip bone and then side bend. You're here for about 3 breaths. Hugging your front heel back and your back toes, your left toes forward. Inhale, center up. And step. Now instead of doing alternating lunges today, which we'll get to in a second, we're gonna start with a squat to an alternating knee. So squat and then alternate the knee up. I have long arms, long arms. Ready, set, go, you guys. Sit and reach. Sit and reach. Inhale, exhale. So hands are floating back behind you. Chest is open. You guard your speed, not necessarily mine. If you got music, that's a great beat. Go to the beat. Now I'd like for you to get your arms truly straight. So even if you have to take them out like cheerleaders, rather than bent elbows, if you can. 4 more. Yeah. 3. And 2, here comes some lunges. All right, everybody lift up your left knee for a moment. Left knee's up. Step back into a lunge. You got it? Bring the left knee up, back into your squat. Other side, second side. Right knee up, step back lunge, right knee up, squat. There you go. Alternate. So it's standing straight up, stepping back, standing straight up, chest open on your squat. Are your arms still long? You can ditch the weights, by the way. I'm contemplating it after yesterday's class. Woo. Nice. Good job, guys. When you step back in that lunge, your front knee stays directly over the foot. Yes, yes. Good job. Looks great, everybody. One more each side. You just take your time. Take your time evening yourself out. Good job. I'm finishing my last one. Hold the squat, feet hip width, hands go back. First round of triceps. We're just holding. You're gonna lift your heels and lower if you can. Getting that stretch in the toes. When we put more pressure forward on the toes, you're gonna feel a little bit more quadriceps, a little bit more front of the thighs. Your hands are still back behind you, by the way. Now keep going, keep going. I'd rather you have your fingers pointing towards one another than trying to keep them up in or weird places with your elbows bent. So whatever position allows you to have stick straight arms. Chin off your chest, please. Chin up a little bit, Elka, smidge. And then look down for me, Catherine, a little bit so your neck is nice and neutral. There we go. 5, 4, heels lifting and lowering. 2, and 1. You're at the top of your mat, right? I just set my heels down. You're gonna step, keep this hinge position. You're gonna step your left foot back, so your right knee is over the foot. I'm in this diagonal warrior lunge, hinge lunge. Your arms come up by your ears one time, straight. Back, 5 pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Listen, you're gonna push, if you can, you push off your back foot. Hands go down to the floor. Your left hip is pointing down. 1 rear fly. Step back, extended crescent lunge. All right, you're like, what did we just do? Okay, here we go. Arms by the ears. Back behind you, 5 pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push off your back foot, airplane. You're still holding the tricep. And then you let the arms float down. 1 rear fly. Step back, arms by your ears. Float the hands back, 5 pulses. Abs in tight. Push off the back toes if you can. Hold, and then with some intention, your hands float slowly down to the ground as your fly. So everything's pretty slow. I'm holding, I'm doing those pulses for triceps. I'm hugging my front heel and my back toes to the center of my mat. Airplane is optional. You can always put your back foot down for kickstand if you need to. Do 1 rear fly just to rest your triceps. You're not resting your right glute though, yes? Good. 2 more. It should take you about almost 30 seconds to get through 2 more. Make it slow and controlled. You got 5 pulses when you're back. Pushing off. You're probably starting your second repetition. I'm still hinged when I get my arms by my ears. Dragging front heel to back heel. Finishing up your last one. When you're done, just stand up. Yep, just stand up. Hands still holding the weights on your hips. I want you to step your left foot back, turn your toes to about 10 o'clock. Move that right hip back, left hip forward, and do a baby stretch for that right hammy, that front hamstring. Just a baby one, just a baby one. Take 1 more breath there. Listen carefully. Step, so sorry, we were in this pyramid pose. Just pick up your back heel, come down to the ground. So you're basically in a kneeling lunge, right? You can set your weights down out to the side. I'm wiping my sweat. So now your hands are to your shoulders. This right leg that was just working is gonna still work. You take it up behind you, yes? I'll angle myself. So your right leg, put a lot of weight on this right hand so your left hip is over your left knee, not outside of it. And I want you to squeeze in and up, in and up, in and up. We're gonna add your pillow or your ball in about 10 seconds because I want you to feel the difference. Maybe there is no difference, and that would be amazing, but there probably is. All right, so reach for your ball, your pillow. I'm gonna grab mine. Set it behind the calf and the hamstring of that right leg, your working leg. And now squeeze in and up. In and up. In and up. Breathe. Do you feel a difference? You should be getting a little bit more hamstring and glute contraction. If you're not, then congratulations, you're squeezing awesome without any objects. 2 more. 1 more like that. Listen carefully. This right knee is going to go outside behind your left calf if you can. And then it's going to come out and around to your right tricep. So I kind of cross over my back calf and then out and around. If I'm mirroring you, it looks like this. I cross over, I take my knee out as high as I can, so over a small pet. Yes. Keep looking down, but don't let your head sag. I want your gaze to be a little bit in front of your fingernails, guys. Yes. Can you put more weight on your right hand if your right knee is moving? Because I know you want to push your hips the other direction. 2 more just like that. You got it, you got it, you got it. We're going to take out the ball or the pillow. Just bring your knee back to neutral. Take the ball or pillow out to the side, don't worry about it. And now your knees are going to kiss. So I'm bringing my right heel still up in the air. My knees kiss, and I'm going to shoot my leg out at a diagonal line. My right leg, it's still right leg, guys. Inhale, exhale. Put a lot of weight on that right hand for 5 only. 4, we're going to make it a little more dramatic on that kick. 2, hold. Now left elbow goes down. Elbow underneath your left shoulder. Your knees still kiss. You can touch your right knee to the ground. Now you're kicking higher. So look back. If someone was running towards you, attacking you from the ground, you're just going to kick them off, kick them off, kick them off. Yes, I want to see this, guys. Chin off your chest. That looks great. So you guys that have something behind you, like some of you have bookcases behind you, I want you to focus on one particular object and try to nail that with the sole of your foot. Yes? It could be a palm tree, Effie, whatever you got going on. 5, come on, a little faster. 4, 3, a lot of weight on that right hand still. 2, and 1. Hold just because you can. Your the side of your foot is probably pointing more towards the sky. Tuck your left glute under, breathe. Get your leg higher, holding isometrically. 4, 3, you got it. 2, and down. Nice job. Now from here, just sit in child's pose. Yes, sit in child's pose. But you're gonna let your hips fall over to the right side. Open up that outer hip, lower back. Let your hands move to the left. That's about 10 o'clock, roughly. And breathe into that diagonal line from your right hand to your right hip. 2 more. As you inhale, let your belly fall between your thighs. Yes. Breathe, breathe, breathe. All right, you can do the second side just for fun. We're just gonna hold it there for 1 breath though. Okay, right back to center. Hands and knees, curl your toes under. Let's get that second side over with. Exhale, downward dog, breathe. 1 breath here. And if you wanna bend your left knee to get a little bit more opening in the right hamstring, go for it. Or pedal, whatever you've gotta do here. All right, both heels up. Soften the knees, walk or a ninja hop to the top of your mat. Feet hip width, reach for your weights. Here we go. And just roll it up, articulating the spine on the way up. That should feel great. Now you should notice a difference between your legs right now. I do, I can feel one, it just feels heavy. All right, so we're gonna go right into the lunge, that extended lunge series. So your right foot is gonna step back into that crescent lunge. So the front knee is over the ankle. I'm very, very long, right? I'm very long. I'm in a diagonal line. Take your arms over your head. Can you draw that left heel back, right toes forward. Now keep the diagonal line. Hands go back behind you. If you want to float the palms up, if you can keep your arms straight, and do the 5 pulses, palms up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe. Kick off your back foot, hinge into airplane, pause. Let the hands float down, fingers facing one another. 1 rear fly. Step your foot back as the arms go your head diagonal line, pause. Arms go back, palms up maybe. 5 pulses. You gotta be drawing that left heel back and the right toes forward to the middle of your mat. Hold, kick off the back foot, hold. Hands float down. 1 rear fly. Pause. So I notice I'm pausing, besides the pulsing triceps, I'm pausing in every part of this drill, this complex. If you can't go into airplane, that's okay. Put your back toes down for support. Bend your standing knee. Do that 1 fly. And then step back into your crescent lunge, hinge crescent. Hands back, maybe palms up. You got it, guys. Try not to rush through this. Feel every transition. Feel every hold. I know you don't want to, but stay in the moment, right? Use your breath to power through challenging situations. This is a situation right here. Woo! Push. All right, you've got 2 more on your own. That's roughly 30 seconds. Chin off your chest, team. Ease the jaw back rather than letting your chin fall into your chest. You have probably 1-ish more, depending on your speed. I'm gonna finish up my airplane and my crescent lunge, and then you just get to stand up. You get to stand up, woo, top of your mat. So your left foot is still forward. I want you to step your right toes back, maybe 2 or 3 feet. Turn the right toes to 2 o'clock. Ease the left hip back. Hands can be on your thigh as you hinge. Breathe. Can you contract your left quadricep though? You don't just want it soft. You want those muscles supporting you, supporting your joints. Yes, that was nice. Now from here, you're just pick up your back heel. You're gonna come down into a lunge all the way to the ground. Set those weights down. I'm gonna have to go search for my ball again, but not yet. All right, so your left leg was just working. So put your hands on the mat, left heel goes to the sky, shift the weight onto your left hand, about 60% of the weight on your left hand, and you're curling in an inch and up an inch. Take a moment, and in your peripheral vision, peek down at your right hip. If your right hip is outside of your right knee, you're gonna have extra pressure on your hip. So try to line the hip over the knee as you're continuing to do the left hamstring curl and push with no objects, no props. 1 more. Now, this is your test. Reach for your pillow or ball, put it behind the calf to hamstring of the same leg. Shift the weight to the left hand. You're curling in an inch and up. So does it feel the same? Are you getting the same type of contraction when you don't use a prop? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Sometimes one side is stronger than the other. That is for sure on me. Breathe. Contract your abdominals so much that when you lift your heel, you maintain a neutral spine. So that's why you don't see my heel going really high, because I would just arch my back. Do about 3 more, and then we'll move the knee around. All right, you're holding your heel up to the sky. You're gonna bring your left knee around to the outside of your right calf if you can, and then the knee shoots around to that left shoulder. Breathe. You're inhaling back, exhale on the hard part, which is usually around to the left here. Usually for people, that's the hard part. Zip up your abdominals, zip up your pelvic floor. So stop yourself from peeing your pants, essentially. Helps. Deep, deep muscles, right? All right, 2 more, everybody, and then we take out the ball. After your last repetition, let your knee float down to the middle of your mat. Take your pillow or ball out to the side. Now your left knee is gonna kiss the left, left is gonna kiss the right, and you're gonna shoot out a diagonal line. So I still have a ton of weight. Look, I have so much weight in my left hand, I can lift up my right hand if I wanted to. Inhale, exhale. So you're kicking out diagonally back behind you, yes. Every time you straighten your leg for that millisecond, it is stick straight. Can you contract your quadricep? There we go. Nice, everybody. You look great, you look great. 4 more, and then we go to the forearm. 3, you can go a little faster. 2, all right, you keep your knee bent. Now my right elbow is underneath the shoulder. My hand is basically under my face, and I'm gonna kick higher. I still have a lot of weight on my left hand, and I'm externally rotating this left foot slightly. So if someone was coming running up behind you, bam, you would just push them back, poof, explode them back, chin off your chest, unshrug your shoulders, yes. That looks great, nice, Catherine. Ooh, sorry, Steve, I see you out there. I know you're with us. 5, 4, 3, a little faster if you want. 2, hold the leg, hold the leg, hold the leg. Tuck your right glute under, a little bit of pelvic tilt. Straighter left leg and higher left leg for 4, 3, come on, come on. 2, and down, nice. Child's pose, child's pose. Let your hands move to the the right, and your hips bump to the left. Hips bump to the left, please. Take 1 more breath. That should feel amazing. As you inhale, you're literally stretching your side body from the inside out. Alrighty, hands back to center. Float onto your back side, your bottom, any way you can. So I'm just flipping my feet around. You do need your ball for your pillow, whatever you got. If you want a little bit more adductor activation, which means abdominal activation, right between your knees. You can set the soles of your feet down. No weights right now, but keep them close. All right, holding up to your hamstrings. First, pull yourself into a neutral spine. That tends to be tough on people's hip flexors, but just give it a shot. And now, with some integrity and intention, tuck your tail under, snap your waist back, and float till you're on your sacrum, till it doesn't hurt your tailbone, essentially. If you need to triple up your mat or towel, great. Squeeze the ball like mad, and start to curl your upper body, up a ½ an inch and down. So I'm actively drawing my navel towards my lower back. You're gonna get a nice stretch in your lower back, but if you have disc issues, you wanna probably hold on the whole time or just be up a little higher, right? 5 like that. 4, we'll give you some progressions here. 3, 2, and we'll play. Hold right here, hold. Can you straighten out your right leg completely? I'm pointing my toes, you can flex your foot, whatever. Hold, release your right hand, and just up an inch, down inch. For 5, upper body's moving, upper body's moving. 3, now watch, it's gonna change. 2, keep your right hand out if you can. Your leg, now your right leg squeezes in and then goes up an inch. Squeeze your pillow or ball up an inch. In an inch, up an inch. Woo! Did your knee just bend? Did your right knee just bend? Can you straighten it out? Hello, quadriceps. For 5, this is your thigh work. 4, and 3, dedicated thigh work. 2, in and up. Oh, check this out. Take both hands onto that right thigh. Rotate your chest to the leg. If you need to have your foot on the floor, fine. I have my leg up. And then rotate. So I'm squeezing my inner thighs together, squeezing the pillow, and I'm rotating my chest to the right for 10, 9, come on, 8, 7, you got this. 6, if you can keep your right leg straight, awesome. 4, if you can't, awesome. 2, and 1. All right, set, bend the knee if it's up. Hold on, take a moment for yourself. Shake your head, no. Relax your jaw, no, I don't want to stop. Shake your head, yes. I am amazing. Say that to yourself. All right, ease the jaw back. So give yourself a baby double chin. Here we go. Abdominals are already firing, right? If you can, straighten out your left leg. I would like it to be 100% straight. Release your left hand and then up an inch, down an inch. So first it's just my upper body moving. If you don't need your right hand for support, don't use it. I need it today. Woo, this leg is already shaking like a leaf. Oh my gosh. 4 like that. 3, 2, lower body only. The leg squeezes in and then up an inch. I'm gonna exaggerate. You go in and you go up, but it's small. Yes, that was my exaggeration. So tiny, tiny, maybe full range of motion is 2 inches tops, maybe. Can you straighten out that left leg a little bit more? Oh my gosh. Breathe, relax your jaw. I say that for myself. 2 more. All right, if your knee was bent, maybe now's the time you want to straighten your leg. Both hands go outside of your left thigh. I'm using my hands, yes, to get my legs closer together, by the way, and then my right shoulder comes across. So I'm rotating more towards the left, 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 left. You got 8, 7, come on team, 6, 5, breathing, 4, no hold, 3, 2, and bend the knee. Sit up, let the knees fall apart, take the pillow out to the side. Now instead of rounding over, because that's more forward flexion, I want you to hold onto your shins and sit up. Use your biceps to help elongate, to pull yourself upright and elongate your front body. Inhale, slow exhale. 1 more just like that. Nicely done. Good job. All right, I want us to go down to the ground to do more booty work because we just did a lot of quads, so I don't want your glutes to be neglected. So you're gonna lay on down and let's have your baby weights close to you. Not in your hands yet, but just really close so you can grab them. Your feet are hip width apart, feet and knees hip width. Go ahead and exhale your low back into the ground. Low back into the ground. Float your hips up, your butt up about 2 to 3 inches, not crazy high. Just a little bit, just a little bit. Before you get going, draw energetically your heels towards your seat. So you're not walking your feet, you're just drawing yourself. You'll notice you're gonna slide down about 1/2 inch. From there, now your hamstrings are awake. You tuck your tail, and then you lift your hips. Tuck, lift. There's 2 separate movements. Tuck your tail, lift lower. Tuck your tail, lift lower. Keep going, keep going. So just to clarify, that's a pelvic tilt and then a push of the hips or a push of the glutes. So it's pelvic tilt, navel pulls down, and then your hips lift and lower. 1 of each. It's very small. If you are not trying to drag your heels towards your tailbone, try it now, and you will be like, oh, those are my hamstrings. Yeah. Keep going, team. 4 more, and then we'll play with some weights just to take our mind off our butt. 2. All right, reconfirm that pelvic tilt. Do that little hip lift and stay lifted, stay elevated. Reach for your weights. Again, these are light, right? So you're gonna have your hands above your shoulders. I want you just to float your right arm to the right. Listen up, listen up. Your left knee is gonna come up and then down. That's it. Left knee up and down. Now you're keeping this right arm right, but floating, hovering, so that your core has to try to maintain center or neutral. So it's throwing you off balance. Your right glute is absolutely working, and I'm only moving that left knee. I'm only moving the left knee. Keep breathing, keep breathing. So all the weight is pulling us to the right, but we're fighting that. Our hips are still level. You have 5 like that. Yes. 4, slow and controlled. 3, keeping your hips elevated. 2, hold the knee up. Oh, you knew that was coming, right? Hold the knee up. Take both arms out to the side so they're hovering in an open fly position, and then pulse up an inch, down an inch. Yes, right glute. If your foot is lower than your knee. If your foot is below your knee, meaning lower towards the bottom of your mat, you may lift up your toes and just push with your heel. If your foot is really close to your bottom and underneath your knee, slide it out before you lift your toes. 10, 9, come on, right glute. 8, 7, 6, 5, keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, set the left foot down, your floating foot, hands come up over the shoulders, and then peel down for a hot second. Rest your lower back. If you want to bend your elbows and then do some windshield wipers, go for it. With your knees, do whatever you need to do. You got 10 seconds. Nice breathing in and out through your nose. So even if you didn't do the same leg I was doing, just know we're doing the opposite leg right now. So set your feet up. So notice my feet aren't directly under my knees. They're below. They're aligned, but they're below my knees. I have a little longer stance. All right, exhale, low back into the mat. Heel your hips on up. Go ahead and get that hug. Heels to your tailbone. Soften the shoulders. Woo! Right there. And you're just pelvic tilt, lift, lower. Pelvic tilt, lift and lower. This is just for insurance. So we're deep into our booty cheeks. And yes, your poor right glute, your first glute, is already like, what? I already did this. 3 more, don't worry, we'll even you out. 2 more. 1 more like that. Hold the pelvic tilt, hold your lifts. Use your high part of your shoulder bridge. Your arms go up to the sky. Let's start there. Your left hand goes out to the side. And then your right knee comes up and down. So it should be your second side. So all the weight right now is kind of on your left side, or that one side. But you're keeping your pelvis level to the ground. That means your left hip isn't falling down. You can pick your head up and check if you need to. You have a ton of pressure on your left booty cheek. And if you're still hugging your heel to your glute, congratulations. Good job, that's amazing. Keep moving that knee nice and slow. The good news is your head is on the ground. You're breathing, you're alive. 2 more. All right, hold that knee up. Take your second arm out so you're holding a hovering fly, and now it's up and into down inch. If you want to lift up your left toes to get a little bit more contraction, but deeper into that left glute, of course. Woo! Hello, glutes. Wow. Lift up your head for a moment. Look at your hips. Make sure your hips are level. That one hip isn't sagging. 10. Come on. 9, 8. Nice. 7. This is it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Wowza. Foot down. Arms up. Just relax for a moment. All right. Set your weights out to the side. Now I was just working my left glute. So I'm going to take my left foot up over the right knee. So whatever leg you just worked is what I want us to stretch. We're stretching with an abdominal crunch, of course. So my left knee's out to the side. My hands are behind my head. Go ahead and exhale your shoulders up. Put the weight of your head in your hands, and now it's just the lower half. Reverse curl, just the lower half. So your shoulders are elevated, but you're not pulling both ends together and doing the whiplash move. Not right now, not right now. Your top foot, the one that's on your thigh, is flexed. That's very important when you're in these torqued knee, figure 4 positions. 4 more like that, just the lower half. 3, nice. 2, hold this one in, hold it in, pull more with your bottom knee. So try to get the stretch by pulling the top of that thigh into your ankle. Now upper body is curling up, so the lower half is not moving. Exhale. Put your mind on your abdominals right now and imagine them drawing it down. Imagine them, because it'll probably happen if you do that. For 8, 7, rest your head in your hands. It's just your head is going along for the ride. For 3-ish, 2, and 1. Listen up, we're going big. You're gonna keep your ankle on your thigh. You stretch out, maybe your head goes to the ground and you keep your head down as you do an accordion crunch, or you keep your head and shoulders elevated the whole time. but I'm not pulling, I'm not holding onto my head. 5 only. Nice, you guys. 4. Come on, go big if you can. If you can. 3, 2, and 1. Feet are down, feet are wide, arms to a T. Exhale your knees to one side. Inhale through center. Exhale them to the second side. And then take 10 seconds to do whatever you want to do. We are going to do the stretch out the second glute, don't you worry. But I usually try to stretch out the one we had originally worked, we had first worked. All right, so I'm going to go right ankle now. This is my second leg. I'm flexing my right foot. Hands go behind the head. Go ahead and curl your upper body up. It stays put. It's the lower half. Float. You're coming in, and then maybe you touch your heel to the ground. Maybe you don't. If touching your heel to the ground causes your back to arch, meaning you can't maintain the integrity of your spine in that position, then just don't go big, right? But I want you to try to curl in and feel your abdominals having to work to get your legs, your heavy legs, all of us have heavy legs, up off the ground. We got bones, we got blood, we got fluids in there. Lower half is heavy. Largest muscles down there. Keep breathing. Chin is off your chest. You have 2 more. I want you to hold the lower half in. Flex your top foot if you sort of pointed it on that, and then upper body pulses. Exhale. Picture your waist, your abdominals drawing down into your lower back. There's no pooching, there's no doming. Everything is being grounded. 8, 7, nice. Chin off your chest, using your abs, not your neck. For 4, 3, 2, and down. Take your feet wide once again. Arms out to a T. Windshield wiper on your own. I like my feet super duper wide. That feels really good on my hips. But if you want to go a little narrower, you do what feels good for you. All right, guys, we're gonna finish with more of a yoga type flow, but before we get there, I just want you to roll up so that you're on your hands and your knees. So we're gonna start an upper body push-up series, but from downward dog, or excuse me, from crouching cat. So I'm gonna angle my mat and it'll slip all over the place. You can see what's going on here. So set up your hands. So just like if you were in down dog, right? Feet hip width apart, eyes and the elbows forward, unshrug your shoulders, bend your knees here, and then forward you're gonna shift and overshoot your wrists. I'm gonna show you with your knees down. Do 1 push-up, knees come up, bend the knees, crouching cat. Overshoot the wrists, overshoot the wrists. So I wouldn't call it a tricep push or a chaturanga. It's kind of a half and half. Like my elbows are pointing just naturally diagonally back. They're not hugging into my ribs. So of course, if you don't need to put your knees down on that push-up, skip it and keep your knees up. Inhale, exhale, overshoot. Then you set your knees down if you're going for that modification. And then you just float the knees up. Nice, everybody. Go 4 more. And then we're gonna go right into our little flow from here. 3-ish more, ending in downward dog when you're done, so I know we're all done. Great. All righty, unshrug the shoulders. You're gonna see that again. Step your right foot outside the right hand. Let your knee fall, excuse me, that's your left foot. My bad, left foot, if you're mirroring me. Left knee falls out. Open up that left hand, like we did at the top of the class, but this time your knee's open. Set the hand down, nice. Bend the knees, crouching cat. Push up, crouching cat, and then step your left foot, second side. Let the knee fall out to the side as you open up. Exhale the hand down. We're doing that 2 more times all the way through. Foot goes back, crouching cat. Left foot forward. Oh, I forgot to push up. That's all right. Open up. We'll do it on the tail end. Exhale Crouching cat. Now forward into your push-up. Crouching cat. Right foot steps outside the right hand. Let the knee open up. Let the hand open up. Exhale the hand down. Crouching cat, push-up. Crouching cat, push-up. Crouching cat. Left foot forward. Open up the knee. Open up the hand to the chest. Exhale the hand down. Crouching cat, push-up. Almost there. Your knees can go down on that. Crouching cat. Right foot, open up the knee, open up the chest. Nice. Exhale the hand down. Moving on, you guys. Moving on. Crouching cat. Listen up. Straighten your legs, downward dog. Inhale your left leg to the sky, left leg to the sky. Square your hips. Exhale, right foot replaces the right thumb, so make sure your ankle's underneath your right knee. Spin the back heel down, but stay down here. So we're in more of a warrior two leg position, foot position. Your right hand opens up. Right hand opens up. So we're basically in a side angle, right? Here. Exhale that hand under the thigh, under the thigh. The outer edge of your back foot is down. Inhale, open. Exhale, fold. Do your best on this. Inhale, open. Maybe your hips are higher, that's fine. Exhale, close. You have one more like that. Inhale, open. Float that hand down. The back heel comes up. Left leg goes back up to the sky, three-legged dog. And then exhale that foot, downward dog. Breathe. 2 breaths right there. Then we're doing second side. Easy does it. Right leg coming up. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Exhale, step your right foot forward, replacing your right thumb. Knee over the ankle. Spin your back heel down, so now your front foot and your back foot are in one line. Foundation, you can either tense your fingers or put a flat palm on the ground with your right hand. Left hand opens. It's a side angle. Can you tuck your tail? And then exhale, that arm floats under the thigh. You just drape your body. Inhale, open. Nice. Exhale, drape. Last one, gang. Inhale, open. Get some length. Exhale, that hand goes down under the shoulder. Pick up your back heel. Take your right foot up, three-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Slide the shoulders away from your earlobes. Bend your knees just a little bit, and see if you can get more length in your spine. You might surprise yourself with that soft knee. Nice. One more breath. One more breath. And then I want you just to walk your feet forward gently. Have a seat on the mat. And before we lay down, we're gonna start in boat pose and then finish in Shavasana, right? So I want you to have your feet together, knees together. Use your hands to get a nice tall spine. So boat or Navasana is more like Pilates, more extended spine. You can stay here, you're in the posture, you're in the work. Squeeze your knee bones together. And then float your feet a little higher than your knees if you can. Maybe you bring your hands out. Now you can stay here, this is amazing. Or we're gonna go from boat to canoe to boat to canoe. So that just means you go to your lower back, hollow body hold. Come on up. If you need to touch your toenails to the ground, great. Come down, do your best. We're gonna do 3 more. Woo, I'm like my pants are sticking to my mat so much I can't come up. At least that's my excuse. 1 more like that. I want you to hold your next one up. Hold it up. We're gonna do a slow race down to Shavasana for 8, 7, 6, smile, 5, 4, you're halfway, 3, 2, and then open the legs, open the arms. Try to seal your lips and breathe in and out through your nose. A couple breaths right there. Every inhale, you feel your belly expanding upward. and your back body pushing downward or expanding downward into the floor. So breathing not just forward, but front to back and even side to side. Actually, lateral breathing is the best indicator of diaphragmatic breath. So you want to breathe wide. Always breathe wide, not vertical. Just take this last breath on our backs, or I should say in Shavasana, to thank yourself for showing up. Maybe you could revisit your intention that you set for yourself at the top of this class. All right, so all you're gonna do is bend your knees, put the soles of your feet on the ground, and then open up your knees into butterfly or Supta Konasana. Supine butterfly. Inhale your arms up over your head and really start those little cherry pickers or apple pickers. You're reaching one hand further than the other hand, finding some length through the side body, getting some opening from those inner thighs since we did squeeze the pillow a little bit today. Carefully bring your hands down by your sides, by your thighs, and close your legs. You can use it to literally help you close your legs. Good job. Bring your knees up, giving yourself a well-deserved hug. You can lift your head if you want. Roll out your spine. Oh my gosh, there's a cute little cloud above me that looks just like a tiny little Nemo fish. And then there's a giant cloud that looks like it's about to eat it. It's so funny. All right, set your head down. Carefully roll up onto your seat any way that works for you. So you can go onto your side and center up. Promise, we're almost done, guys. Just finishing with some nice, true recovery breaths. So if you want to stay on your back, absolutely do that. I'm just sitting in a cross-legged position. I'm going to have my hands with my palms facing down just to keep sort of my energy grounded today. As you inhale, sit taller if you're sitting up, or if you're on your back, just lengthen out your spine. As you exhale through your nose, imagine the energy going down into the earth. As you inhale, imagine that energy, and once again, just like the top of the class, rising back up to your body, through your tall spine like an antenna, shooting to the sky, to the universe. One more breath. Grounding down for connection to the earth, to our planet, and then inhaling. I think of that as connection to everyone and everything on our planet. Good job. Bring your hands to heart center. Thank you for taking the time. I truly, truly, truly appreciate you taking time out of your day to spend it with me in this class. And I love you all, and hope you guys are staying healthy out there. Good job, team. Way to go.